Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about how to generate, high quality solar leads on Google for under $100. We're talking between $50 and $90 a pop. And it really all starts with the search, right? So we're going to talk about, search engine, landing pages, actually how do you build these campaigns out in Google, a keyword planner. And then you're going to want to stay till the end. We've got a few really cool tools and tactics that we use that a lot of agencies don't use to deter bad clicks and fraud and really focus in on your campaign and on your target audience. So when we dive in here, we're typing in residential solar and we're going to look at some of our competitors, right? What are we seeing? What type of ads are we seeing? In this example, solar panels, North Carolina, local with 20 plus years. We're going to click on that ad and we're going to get to this landing page. Overall, the landing page isn't horrible. I generally don't like to see a lot of links to other places, right? We want to keep them focused, and really, it's all about just either convert or leave, essentially. But as a whole, we're going to actually be able to take this URL and see the types of keywords that they're bidding on in Google Ads. So let's go to the keyword planner. The way you find the keyword planner is you just hit tools and settings and hit keyword planner, and then it pops right up. All right, so we're gonna just drop this in right here. Actually, you're gonna hit start with a website, drop it in, hit get results, and it's gonna give you a lot of different options, right? So we're gonna just highlight these, just the first 100. Actually, no, let's select all of the keywords that it finds, just because we want to see, what are the keywords this company is bidding on, and is it going to be useful? And we're gonna actually add this to the plan. Okay. Now we're going to go to the forecast. And Google's going to tell us, okay, how much could we spend in a certain geo with these keywords? And then what are those efficiencies going to look like, right? So let's first adjust this to North Carolina. All right, hit that. And then I take away the US, and just to see like what this one state would look like. And let's drop it down and see. All right. Okay, so Google is saying, cost per click is pretty low. Okay, these look like these are broad match, so let's convert these to exact match. Edit match type, go to exact. The reason why is because exact match is going to be really focused. When you're bidding on residential solar, you're really only going to trigger either residential solar or misspellings of it. If you bid on residential solar as a broad match, you might get cheap solar panels near me, right? You're going to go really right outside of what your target is. So these clicks are a little bit more expensive, but you get a better quality click, a better quality lead, right? So Google is saying, all of these keywords on exact match in North Carolina, you could spend upwards of $15,000. Let's add some conversion metrics to see what our leads are going to be. So we generally see a conversion rate on our landing pages between 8 and even 25%. So let's just put 10% and see the types of numbers we're going to see. All right, so Google is saying that with the cost per click at our allotted conversion rate, we're going to see a CPA of about $13, which seems really low. I generally see this fluctuate, right? So as we spend more, we're going to see that conversion rate start to taper off a little bit and get a little bit higher. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm used to seeing. Google's saying we can spend up to $60,000 in North Carolina and see an average CPA of about $56. And that really can be a lot of things, right? So potentially, Home Solar, this company, is bidding on keywords that no one really wants to bid on because they are, low quality or not the type of lead they want to bid for. So let's actually filter this by clicks and by cost. Okay, so when you look at just solar panel, solar company, solar power system, this is really what's driving the cost. You see these cost per clicks a little bit higher. Let's see what on the low end or on the high end, buy solar energy, business solar tax credit. So these are going to be probably some of your more competitive but higher quality keywords you're going to want to also target. And when you start to go down here, you see there's a few competitive terms like Duke Solar rebate we might want to not bid on. So yeah, just when you pull in these keyword reports, dig through these and figure out what keywords work for your business and what keywords don't work for your business. And then just kind of decide what do we want to lop off. I don't want to use anything with Tesla, so I'm going to remove it from my plan and kind of get a better gauge. A really cool thing about this report is you can actually see what geos are driving most of this. In North Carolina, not too surprised. You got Charlotte. That's almost 50% of the cost coming from Charlotte. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with this. And what's really nice is that you can even, just create a plan directly from this keyword planner. So we're going to create a campaign and just call it Solar NC. And I'm going to kind of just run through exactly how I build these campaigns out, just to show you, what to do, what not to do to ensure that you're really focusing on quality traffic. So it'll take a minute or two to load, and then we're going to hit, view campaign. We're going to dive into here and we're going to actually make a few edits because Google's going to say, all right, we're going to create this on our own terms, right? And we know that's going to be outside of what we want to focus on. So we're going to dive into the campaign they just created and make a few tweaks and ensure that we're targeting our we're targeting our the right type of users. All right, so we're going to go into campaign settings. So let's go into goals. Use account goals, use campaign specific goals. Let's choose some campaign goals here. Okay, so this is just going to be on your conversions. I don't have any built out because this is a test account, but if you want to do a very specific lead campaign and you have certain conversion metrics you want to try, this is what you're going to hit click. But generally, you can just use account goals for most campaigns and you should be good to go. Let's go into marketing objective. I don't like to put a goal guidance because I want to, pull the levers. Often, if you put website traffic, Google will try to push you to lower quality, impressions to try to get a bunch of people to your website. If you do leads, often if you don't have a lot of data, it's a really competitive and you can lose a lot of money quickly. So the no goal guidance generally gives you a good ability to pull the levers and target who you want to target. Networks, so ensure that the Google Search Partners and Google Display Network are both unchecked. Google Search Partners are going to be basically other search engines on other websites. It's going to be lower quality, really not what we're looking for. And then Display Network is basically Google converts your search ads into display ads and starts running them on blogs and things like that. And again, that's really not a best practice for a Google Ads lead gen campaign. Check to make sure your location is selected. Got North Carolina, hit location options. Make sure you type in or you click people that are in or regularly in your target locations. You don't want to have people who have shown interest. Again, if you're really trying to target someone that's in North Carolina. Hit save. Then hit languages. Just use your target language, right? If it's English, if you have a Spanish campaign, again, it helps further focus in on your ads. Okay, and then for bidding, we're actually going to change our bidding to manual, and then we're going to shift this over to target CPA after we've got some good conversion data, right? So manual helps us to adjust bids at the keyword, at the ad schedule, at the ad group level, at the device level, right? So we can see what's working, right? Once we get conversions, we're actually going to flip this over to automated bidding and kind of let Google run with it. But again, it takes about 30 to 60 days to start to have enough conversion significance. Okay, let's click on the additional settings. Really not too much here. If you do use UTMs, universal tracking metrics, which I highly recommend if you want to track your data, you can put them at the campaign level here. Okay, I think that's everything in terms of the actual settings. I won't go into ads or things like that just because, I've got a whole other video on how to write ads that convert, and you can check that out. This is really more of just a how do we create a campaign configuration and targeting that really works. Okay, and then the next piece I wanted to discuss, now that we have keywords, we've got campaign configuration, is going to be landing page, right? So I touched a little bit on this landing page, on the things I don't like, on the things I do like. Here's an example of the landing page that we like to create, right? It's really focused. It's all about converting them into a lead, right? They hit get free guide, and then it helps them put their information right on this pop-up. There's a few ways to do this, but then as they scroll down, every one of these is going to bring them to this pop-up form, right? So it gives them a lot of different opportunities to get their free guide. And then another, really important aspect of this site is that it loads super quickly on mobile as well. If we go to performance checker on Google, so Google site performance, we can grab this URL, go to page speed insights, drop it in, and you're going to see that on mobile it's really quick. Give it a minute to load, and then we're going to check our competitor here, right? We're going to see, okay, how does this landing page load on mobile? Just to get a good idea. Okay, so on mobile, 97%. That's super helpful, right? You want this to load so quickly because and sometimes 70% of your traffic is going to be mobile, right? Desktop, 98% perfect. Okay, now let's check this other campaign. There's other URL. All right, so on this competitor site, it just completely fails the mobile website vitals, right? So this thing, it's 37% on mobile, which is really not good. It takes a really long time to load. And I bet you that this landing page gets really high bounce rate on their mobile ads, right? On their mobile users. And again, a big reason why you want to load a landing page that loads quickly on mobile, it may be a dedicated URL, a dedicated server, so that you don't have an entire website that's weighing this type of landing page down, right? Let's look at their desktop. 91%. I mean, their landing page on the desktop loaded quickly, not too surprised. But again, if your mobile is 37%, you're really going to struggle to convert really anything that hits it from a mobile device. Okay, now the last thing I wanted to touch on was really just click fraud protection. So one big thing that we do at Turnkey is that we implement something called ClickGuard, which basically scans every single click and finds what's fraud and what's not fraud. If it's a competitor that's clicking your ad, a bot, or even a click farm, ClickGuard or ClickSeize, Lunio, there's a handful of them out there. They actually will gather those IPs and put them in exclusion list to clean up your traffic so that you're only spending money on valuable clicks, right? This is like a really small campaign I ran just to kind of give an example, but within 25 clicks, I found, two of them that were outright invalid. And immediately that's 8%, right? And that's generally what I see a lot of times with brand new campaigns. Between 8 to 15% sometimes can be fraud. Like you're just spending money on waste. So it's really important to have something like this that you can plug in on day one and know that, hey, we are combating bad traffic and fraud to make sure our dollars are going farther. And over the course of 3 6 months, you generally see a clean traffic of about 99%, right? All of your money is going to your right users, and when you're doing that, you see conversion rates go up, you see quality rates go up, and then you see your downstream revenue increase, right? So yeah, overall, this video I wanted to touch on a little bit of everything, from the search to the campaign build out and the landing page and ultimately click fraud, just to really show you all how do you generate quality leads for solar panels, specifically solar residential keywords on Google Ads. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you on the next one.